alpha, a beta, and a female. Indecent Proposal. That being said, there are a lot of people who get a lot of indecent proposals, and that's because it's not for $1 million. It's far less, maybe a value meal. Anyway, let's start the show.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Unpopular Review Entertainment. I am Guap, and I'm being joined by everybody else in the group. And right now, we're about to do a recasted of Indecent Proposal. Interesting movie. One of the things about this movie is that it came at a very specific time. So, because there was a lot of beta nation going on in this movie, there was a very big need for a change here. So, let me just say this. There is one couple only that I would recast in this movie, and that is this couple right here, the main characters. And why would I do that? I would do that because of the time that this movie came out. I think that this movie would have gone over a hell of a lot better if they would have used an already established and loved couple that was very, very similar. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think really would have gotten this movie really over. And that is Sam and Diane. Sam and Diane from Cheers. They definitely would have gotten rid of Woody. I mean, Woody is the perfect beta character because Woody has always been a beta character. However, if Sam would have gotten that movie and just brought in a little bit of his charm, a little bit of his, baseball Sam in there, I think the movie would have gone over a little bit better. I would have loved to see Sam and Diane in this whole situation. Shout out to Cheers. Shout out to Earth.
I will see your Cheers, and that's a deep cut because Woody Harrelson, that was how he got his breakout role on Cheers, actually. So that's a nice callback. But I would actually one-up you and put Frasier.
Yes,
I think that one, because of how Frasier acts, will be a great, if we're doing 90s TV shows, will be a great callback. Also a callback to Cheers because Frasier's character, Frasier Crane, was a regular at the bar in Boston, I believe it was.
Oh man, if that was the case, thrown in.
I would do that with Frasier, and I forget his ex-wife's name, but it would have been great to see them and that kind of divorce. That would have been.
Ironically, I think his ex-wife's name was Diane.
Who in Frasier's ex-wife?
Actually, no, he was married to Diane. Frasier. He was married to Diane and to Lilith.
Yeah, Lilith. No, but I'm talking about Lilith. If it was when and that's how they got divorced, that would be hilarious. Mm-hmm. I would have.
That would be what?
Chrissy, this is an old 90s show, but it's a great show.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
Yeah.
But
ironically, it's the next thing I'm going to binge watch after Big Bang Theory. I just finished Married with Children.
Wasn't he with Kirstie Alley though? I swear, wasn't she?
Was Shelley Long?
Left.
Kirstie Alley came onto the show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I remember her from Look Who's Talking. That was a good movie. The second one was better though, with the dogs.
I remember her from Star Trek, Search for Spock. But the third one had the dogs.
Not from the Search for Spock.
Oh, whichever one had the dogs, that's the best one.
Look Who's Talking Now.
Look Who's Talking Now.
That was nice. That was not as good. Look Who's Talking. Look Who's Talking was the best one. The first one.
Yeah.
Nice, but okay. But interesting recasting. You guys seem to like it, so I was saying, okay, good job. So I'm going next, and I had to think really hard about who I would recast because again, there's only a couple characters in this movie. But when I saw this guy here, and I thought about, okay, this billionaire playboy, he's had a really smooth, kind of character. He's going through women, you can tell. And I said, okay, who could play this in an alternate universe or a multiverse? And I said, Tony Stark. Tony Stark, billionaire playboy. If there was no Pepper Potts, this would be him. He'll be running through the girls no matter what the price is. Tony Stark is my first Recasted, because I do have another. You know how I like to do too.
That would make sense in a Spider-Man movie with Tony Stark and Aunt May. That would make sense.
See? So there you go.
Because Aunt May's not.
My next one is again for this character.
Because Tony Stark didn't love those women, and I feel that Robert Redford's character, he did love Diane to whatever degree he could. So that's why I would say no on that. Also, I'm tired of seeing Tony Stark. But you said you might have one more recast.
I do, and I based this purely off of looks. I said, okay, this
that's
guy.
That's what I do, Chrissy. Chrissy, where we going? That's what I do.
But I'm just saying, he's an attractive older man. The build of his face, I said, okay, if they were to make this in more recent times, who could play this part? And instantly, it came to me. Brad Pitt, good-looking older man. He has that swagger. I feel like he could play the part of this character. Very similar facial features.
That's a better one, I think.
And voila, Queen of Recasted has spoken.
False. You've spoken, but there's no queen. Now,
there's a queen here.
I think the Brad Pitt one would do better because it fits more Robert Redford as far as their style and their swagger nature. Because it's not a swagger over the top, but it's a very subtle. It's a confidence that I think a lot of women would find attractive, and that's how Robert Redford played it. He wasn't like a Robert Downey Jr. plays Tony Stark, which is over the top bravado, but it's a very subtle, confident, and that's why more so than saying Robert Downey Jr., I think Brad Pitt, his performance would be more tailored like a Robert Redford. Ironically, they were in a movie together. I think it was it Robert Redford and Brad Pitt?
Father and son, because they look very similar.
No. Brad Pitt was playing an agent. It's a military spy movie. Early 2000s, late 90s, I think it is. I have to remember it. I'll come back to it at a later point. Chris, you want to go?
Actually, I do. I mean, I haven't seen too much tomfoolery yet. I'm a little surprised, so I'm in a good mood. So I decided, hey, you know what? Let me jump in. I only have one recasting for this movie, which is a surprising. You know what I didn't say in the main episode? You know another reason why I picked this movie? Because it had one of my favorite songs that just resonates with this movie. Every time you see this movie, you think of this song. And it was actually playing during one of the love scenes that C was alluding to earlier. And that's Sade's No Ordinary Love.
This is no ordinary love. No ordinary.
Love that song. It's a great song. Just wanted to throw that out there. Anyway, I do have a recasting. About to put him out here now. This guy had a minor role. There was only like 5 people in this movie. This guy had a minor role. But here he goes right here. This is the guy that was just going around. He kills people, from what I'm told. He drags drunk people home. You know, he's a loyal guy. He's telling people about the Millionaire Club. It's a great guy. So I said, as I always do, who did this guy remind me of, ladies and gentlemen? Without tears, Alfred Pennyworth.
The White Alfred. Ain't that right, Nick?
Yes, he is that boss.
White Alfred in Black Lightning, like, you know what I mean? That's why you have White Alfred. This is not a black movie.
No, that guy reminds me of the father from Dexter. But that is why I recasted. It is this guy to this guy. I think I did a good job, the executive consultant.
Now listen, if you watch the live broadcast that we did of Indecent Proposal, I said, I liked people's performance. I didn't like the characterization perhaps, but I thought the performance was great. I thought that they played it well. I'm a fan of Woody Harrelson's work. I think he always nails it in whatever he's doing. Even in that movie, what is it? The Hungry Games. I thought he still brought in, the one where the starving people looked like they had muscle and weight mass. I was confused by that fact, but Woody Harrelson still played it because he was playing a drunk based on the abuse that he took in the Capitol, if you read the books and know the history and everything like that. So I thought he did a great performance, as he always does. I thought Robert Redford was great. I thought Demi Moore was great, and she's great in her films, and so is Robert Redford. So you're like, well, who am I going to recast? As Chris said, it's hard to recast. He had to recast Alfred from Indecent Proposal, right? And Chrissy, she brought in Brad Pitt because she loves Interview with the Vampire, right? So, what am I going to recast? Well, I thought. Chrissy, she threatened me. She has knives and weapons. I don't know. Anyway, I said, I got to bring something. So I said, well, if I'm going to recast anything, it would be this. The end credits. Now you wonder, what am I talking about? Well, if you watched last episode of Indecent Proposal, you saw the end credits, as I did for the first time, much like many people saw Indecent Proposal for the first time, and you were confused because you said, "Where am I? Where's James?" I couldn't find myself. I saw a symbol, a question mark like Prince, and that's why the name is question TF. I can't really say what that stands for, but you know. So again, I would recast the end credits that we had up for Indecent Proposal, and I would put up this. This is the definition of buttocks. And I can't really say what I wanted to define because of the algorithm, but I say that this accurately describes my description when I saw where the placement of my symbol was, apparently, and now I'm the Riddler, in the end credits. So I was confused. I had questions. I thought it was some butt. And that would be my recasted for that end credits in Indecent Proposal. Hopefully next week when we have Fallen, I won't have fallen even further down the list beyond people that I'm sure are lovely, but I'm sure you're wondering, who are they? Where are they at? And that's what I think of. Who is it? Matt Rowe, John Phillips, Hannah English, Britton Clavena, all these people. Questions, buttocks. That's my recast. All right. Well, thank you for watching. That was our recast for Indecent Proposal. Please tune in next week when we do The Phantom Menace, aka Stereotypes, episode 1. And then next Thursday, for my pick of the month, that's Fallen, starring Denzel Washington and Elias Cotillas, and then probably over this weekend, though that's not confirmed, but we will make a posting and a notification for our review of the rated R Mortal Kombat. Chrissy has been salivating over this rated R Bloodfest for the past couple of weeks. She's been talking nonstop about this on the group chat. You need to watch it with us because I'm sure she will bring it. As she says, she's the queen of Recasted, so I'm sure she'll bring it.
You got that right. Bye.
Good night, y'all.